Hi, I'm Matthew Lapp, host of Matthew Lapp Train Guy. Also today I'm at the Abilene and Smoky Valley Railroad in Abilene, Kansas, and continuing episode 65 with part 2. What you see right behind me is Abilene and Smoky Valley Railroad 3431. Abilene and Smoky Valley Railroad 3431 was built by Pullman Standard in 1947 and is a passenger car. Also, the car is named Chicago. This coach was originally owned by the Chicago Northwestern Railroad and it was originally numbered 3464. For many years, it saw service on passenger trains and was used as a daytime car as well. Later on, it was placed into maintenance of way service and was renumbered 614 and was stationed in Rockford, Iowa. Later, it was renumbered X301035. Then it was retired and was then acquired by a private collector who would later donate it to the Abilene and Smoky Valley Railroad in Abilene, Kansas, and it was repainted back to its Chicago Northwestern scheme and original number. It was placed into service on the railroad in its Chicago Northwestern scheme whenever there were times it would run on the tracks. Then after the restoration was complete, it was back in service. In 2023, it was repainted maroon and was given this number and the name as well. Today, it can be found here at the Abilene and Smoky Valley Railroad in Abilene, Kansas, and is used on the railroad's excursion runs as well. What you see right behind me is Abilene and Smoky Valley Railroad 34. Abilene and Smoky Valley Railroad 34 was built by General Electric in Schenectady, New York in 1940 and is the 129/13 diesel locomotive built by that factory and is a 44-ton center cab type diesel locomotive. Originally, it was built for the Arkansas Valley Interurban Railroad in Wichita, Kansas, and was originally number 93. It spent many years switching cars wherever it was used many years ago. Then about 1942, it was sold to the United States Army in San Bernardino, California, and it was renumbered 7411. Then it was used on the United States Air Force and it kept the number. Then, in the mid 1960s, it was sold as surplus and ended up at the Ideal Cement Company in Superior, Nebraska, where it was renumbered 029. In 1995, it was bought by a man named Dan Rohrbach. Then he collaborated with the Abilene and Smoky Valley Railroad in Abilene, Kansas, and the locomotive was stationed at the railroad and sparingly used on the excursion trains. In 2002, it stopped operating for a while and was later determined that it was operational. In 2024, renovations began on getting the locomotive back in operation, and it included a repaint. In 2025, it was complete and looking good as new. It was also renumbered 34, which represents the former U.S. President Dwight D. Eisenhower, who was the country's 34th president, and he even fought in war. Also, he is buried in Abilene, Kansas as well. It was christened by Mary Jean Eisenhower, who is one of the granddaughters of Dwight D. Eisenhower. Today, the locomotive is preserved here at the Abilene and Smoky Valley Railroad in Abilene, Kansas, and is used to haul trains on the line as well. Also, it was even nicknamed Ike as well for some reason. What you see right behind me is Abilene and Smoky Valley Railroad 373. Abilene and Smoky Valley Railroad 373 was built in 1953 and is an outbraced boxcar. This car was originally used for the United States Army on the railroad, and also its original number is unknown. Also, this car was used for hauling army supplies and also during World War II, and in light of the start of the Cold War, the United States military began to prepare for the possibility of a third major conflict in Europe. Railroads played a major part in moving troops and supplies during World War II, and it was felt that the role would be reprised should World War III erupt. To that end, the United States developed and built a large fleet of freight cars and locomotives that would be suitable for use on railroads in Europe and elsewhere. Then later on, the car was retired and was then acquired by the Abilene and Smoky Valley Railroad in Abilene, Kansas. In 2023, it was repainted maroon. Today, it can be found here at the Abilene and Smoky Valley Railroad in Abilene, Kansas, and is used on the railroad's excursion runs as well, and also it appears it is used as a generator car as well. What you see right behind me is Missouri, Kansas, Texas 254. Missouri, Kansas, Texas 254 was built in 1902 and is a passenger coach. It's been many years hauling passengers on board when traveling on rails for many years with passenger trains. In the 1920s, the car was destined to be scrapped, but carefully resourceful railroad executives had the idea that saved this car. It was used for maintenance of way crews as it was rebuilt as a bunk car for the railroad's maintenance of way trains, and it is believed to have been numbered X2002 for service and maintenance of way use. In the 1950s, it was retired from service and it was purchased by a private collector who then donated it to the Kansas City Railroad Museum in Belton, Missouri, as it sat on the grounds as an exhibit car. Then, in 1996, the Abilene and Smoky Valley Railroad in Abilene, Kansas purchased the car, and the car was in poor condition and needed a major remodeling job if it was to be of any use to the new excursion railroad's mission. It was carefully restored to its original glory. The car was then placed into service on the railroad. In 2018, it was moved into the shop to get some woodwork on the exterior redone, since it was discovered that the wood began to rot. The restoration process has uncovered another chapter in the car's history. Restoration workers, in stripping away the exterior, discovered a significant amount of charred wood in the present day kitchen area of the car, indicating that the Cumberstone wood fired Army cook stove had at one time actually set the car on fire, which evidence suggests had burned a significant portion of the kitchen before the blaze was extinguished. Then, after that, the restoration was complete. It was back in service. In 2023, the car was repainted maroon. Today, it can be found here at the Abilene and Smoky Valley Railroad in Abilene, Kansas, and is used on the railroad's excursion runs as well. What you see right behind me is Missouri Pacific 610 651. Missouri Pacific 610 651 was built in 1951 and is a gondola car. This car was likely used to haul scrap metal, coal, gravel many years ago when it was in service. And also, there could be a possibility that this is the number this car used when it was owned by Missouri Pacific. Later on, it was retired and was then acquired by the Abilene and Smoky Valley Railroad in Abilene, Kansas. And when it arrived, it was painted green. As well as that, it was put into passenger service and was made into an open air car. In 2012, it was repainted red. In 2021, it was given a fresh coat of paint. Today, it is here at the Abilene and Smoky Valley Railroad in Abilene, Kansas, where it is today and operates on the railroad, and people even get fresh air while riding this car as well. Well, I hope you all enjoyed learning about trains with me today in Matthew Lap Train Guy. Also, I hope to see you all again real soon, and if you didn't subscribe to the channel yet, the subscribe button is just down below the video screen. And if you didn't give the Facebook page a like yet, here's where you'll want to go. And if you didn't give the Instagram page a follow yet, here's where you'll want to go as well. Also, be sure to get your merch at teesprings.com. The link is in the description box below, along with the Facebook and Instagram pages. And as always, remember to subscribe to the Train Guy. So this is Matthew Lapp, host of Matthew Lapp Train Guy, signing out until next time. All aboard!